Good morning, everyone. Aislinn Campbell here, and this is the first video. I actually took a video yesterday. That would be technically the second video, but let me tell you a little bit about what I'm doing. So, excuse me. First words of the day. Have you ever called me on the phone and I've coughed, and then you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I woke you," and I'm like, "Oh no, you didn't wake me. I just haven't spoken to anyone yet today." That's the same kind of thing. Okay, so what I am doing is doing a thing called the 50-day transformation. I did see this originally from Kyle Cease. That doesn't mean that he created the idea. He may have, I don't know. But what Kyle did was he set out for himself to create a situation where after 50 days he would be addicted to something. And he looked into the research and studied, and I have, for that matter, too, learned 30-day transformation, 100-day transformation, 50-day. So basically the idea is that without fail, you will commit to doing something and hold yourself accountable and do whatever it needs to be to hold yourself accountable to that. And then what will happen after the 50 days is done, either you will have reset something in your habits that you've created. So in the past, I've done a sugar detox. It was just a reset. It was time for me to back off on the amount of sugar that I was eating. It probably wouldn't hurt for me to do that again soon. Anyways, the idea is that you're either rebooting or you're starting a new habit. And so I would call this it's a new habit for me, but also a reboot. I am a gardener. I am a creator by nature. I am born a creator. Women, know that about yourself. You can create a child, grow a child, birth a child, feed a child. You can do all of that. You were born to do that. So you have creative power just born in you. And so if you're getting into those conversations, then I'm not creative. I don't. No. That does not exist in a woman's world. You are creative. You were born creative, which means when it comes to traditionally more creative fields of work or labor, we tend to connect with those most easiest. So gardening is a perfect example of that. Gardening has taught me so much about life. It's taught me essentially everything I need to know about how life works. And so what I've decided to do in my 50-day of transformation is to do 50 days without fail of some sort of gardening for about an hour every day. I really like to get into 2 hours. That's really when you can actually get some good gardening done, is in about 2 hours. And then you can also, turn it into longer days if you've got a long, cool Saturday ahead of you, something like that. But my goal for the 50 days of transformation is to garden for an hour for 50 days straight without fail. And that may be gardening in my own backyard garden. We're here in my home. My fiance and I are growing a little urban farm for ourselves with chickens and gardens and composting and creating our own little way of doing that. It might also be in the garden that I have a garden at the Learning Garden at Tom Graham Park, which is a program of Grow Local South Texas. I'm the executive director and one of the founders of those programs, and I have a space in the garden that I work in. It's mostly just for me to help teach and be a part of that garden. I do contribute to the production that's sold on Wednesdays. I do take away things on other days from time to time, but most of the produce that I grow there in that garden goes right into Grow Local South Texas for sales for the market, and then also for more funds to go into that community teaching garden. And then it may also be with you. Or I have a friend that I'm going to begin doing immersive Spanish learning with, and we're going to begin gardening And that's probably where one of the gardening adventures I will be on today. I'm actually going to get to be on two garden adventures today, which is, yeah, a great day for me. So, okay. All of that being said, the 50-day transformation for me is going to be about 50 days of gardening, and I will use you to help me hold myself accountable. The second part of that entire transformation is that if I'm going to be gardening every day for 50 days and using the video as accountability, then that helps me create two other 50-day transformation, let's call them addictions. And that will be that I will begin videoing every single day for 50 days. That's a part of my efforts to move forward and to get more educational outreach about gardening and other types of healthy lifestyle out there. This will begin to train me to get done with videos quickly. We're at nearly 6 minutes now. You'll see I need to get better at that. And just generally speaking clearly and being focused and getting done with that. And then it will also get me into doing a little bit more of what we'll call journaling in the garden. And that is basically just taking notes. And for me, that can be video notes about what it was that I did in the garden that day so that I could look back and see next year in 30 days, is it time to harvest? When did I plant those seeds? When did I plant those plants? That kind of thing. And so it's basically a transformation of 50 things. Gardening every day for 50 days, videoing every day for 50 days, and making a note of what I did in the garden when I gardened that particular day. So here's to 50 days of transformation. Again, my name is Aislinn Campbell. If you want to know more about what I'm up to, my website is www.aislynncampbell.com. And I think I'm going to try to see if I can do some magic by putting that up on the screen. Something like that. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. And here's to your day of creating. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.